Welcome to the Own Your Family, where real stories and proven formulas are shared about leaving the rat race so you can achieve freedom and spend more quality time with your family. Get ready, mompreneurs and dadpreneurs, to get inspired by earning from home, living healthy, and aspiring for more in life with your hosts, Renat and Katrina.
Let me just warn you that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Formula 1. Invest your money into an asset. Saving is actually not bad if it has an end goal, and that goal should be to invest it. Robert clearly reminds us that if you save money but don't invest it, you are a loser. Why? Because inflation is skyrocketing. By the time you reach 60 years, your saved money is worthless. Invest your saving into an asset that produces cash flow. How to become financially free and eventually wealthy using compounding interest, or the power of leverage. Hi, my name is Katrina from Own Your Family. In this episode, I will be sharing with you the third and the last step on how to move to the right side of the cash flow quadrant. This last step is very crucial because, as Robert Kiyosaki says, this is the velocity of money. This is how the rich get richer. Just to give you a quick recap, there are 3 simple steps to move to the right side of the cash flow quadrant, according to Robert Kiyosaki. The first step is to maintain a long-term vision and plan. The second step is to believe in delayed gratification. And the third and the last step is to use the power of leverage or compounding interest in your favor. If you want to learn the detail of the other steps, click on the link in the description. So Robert Kiyosaki's biological dad, who is the poor dad, always told him, the best thing you can do with your money is to save it. While his best friend's dad, who is his rich dad, always advised him, savers are losers. If you want to be rich, you need to keep your money moving. The velocity of your money determines the size of your wealth. If you have read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert's poor dad was highly educated, had advanced degrees, and had a high-paying government job. But he didn't know how money really worked. On the other hand, his rich dad never went to college, but he understood how money worked and how to make it work for him. Before we go straight to how to take advantage of compound interest, let's first quickly analyze how different social classes use their money in terms of investments. First, we have the poor and the middle class. According to Robert, the poor and the middle classes follow the advice of his poor dad. They park their money hoping it will grow over time and make them rich. Unfortunately, it won't. Poor park their money by putting it in a savings account or even in a jar in their homes. They get a little savings interest rate or even nothing at all. Meanwhile, inflation eats away the value of the money, making them poorer over time. And that is why they are losers according to Robert's rich dad. At the same time, the middle class saves in different ways. They may have multiple savings accounts, but they also follow the advice of financial experts and park their money in mutual funds and other passive investment vehicles. The return may be slightly better than a savings account, but it can get worse if the stock market crashes. Now, let's have the upper middle class. The upper middle class makes bets with money. So these are people who are high-paid employees and had been pretty conservative with their money. During the 1990s dot-com bubble, many of the upper middle class gambled and put all their assets in tech stocks. When the crash hits, they lost all their assets. According to Robert, people with lots of money who don't know how money works are some of the most reckless people when it comes to money. They love to gamble under the guise of investing. The wealthy use investments differently. They understand that there is a system on how to use compounding interest. I believe that we can all learn how wealthy people make their money work for them, regardless of what your social status may be. So what we need to understand is that in every investment, there is always an element of risk in it. A smart investor is not afraid to lose, but knows exactly the right formula for increasing his or her chances to win. So now, let's go ahead to the most awaited part, which is how to get wealthy and financially independent using compounding interest, or the power of leverage. This is based on Robert's teachings. So yes, it is a very simple formula that anyone can follow. But let me just warn you that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Formula 1. Invest your money into an asset. Saving is actually not bad if it has an end goal, and that goal should be to invest it. Robert clearly reminds us that if you save money but don't invest it, you are a loser. Why? Because inflation is skyrocketing. By the time you reach 60 years, your saved money is worthless. Invest your saving into an asset that produces cash flow. Formula 2. Get your money back or pay yourself first. Rich Dad says, in order to be an investor, you need to receive money. You might invest in assets, but if those assets are not paying you back in cash flow, then you're not really an investor. You're a speculator, hoping your assets grow in value. You may ask, how do you pay yourself first? Is it spending on things, etc.? Let's go to Formula 3. Move your money into a new asset. You can do this by keeping the asset that still gives you cash flow, while also using the money from that asset to acquire a new asset. So, collect the cash flow and use it to get a second asset and then another. And lastly, Formula 4. Repeat the process. This is a repeatable formula that you can use over and over again to build wealth. This is how the rich get richer according to Rich Dad. My question for you is, how will you transition your parked money, whether it's placed in a savings account or in a jar, into a moving money? In other words, how do you make that money work for you? Let me know in the comments down below and share your ideas. Once again, thank you for watching this episode. Own Your Family specializes in helping people to leave the rat race in a simple and effective way that does not require selling. And the best part is, it won't take much of your time. See you in the next episode, guys.
Thanks for listening. Join our online family by signing up for your free account at www.ownyourfamily.com and begin your journey to freedom. Want to get there faster? Book a strategy call with us at ownyourfamily.com/book a call. As always, be sure to leave a rating and subscribe to our podcast and channel so you never miss a future episode.